Mr. Speaker, I ask unanimous consent that all members have 5 legislative days to revise and extend their remarks.
Without objection, the previous objection.
Mr. Speaker, I rise today in support of a rule and the underlying bills that make it easier for hardworking families to purchase a home. And I'd like to be perfectly clear from the outset, these bills are about increasing access to affordable housing. They are about helping middle-class men and women in our country to gain a little bit better footing to help them along their American dream. And that is why we are here today. What we're trying to do is get the government out of the way so that more Americans can purchase the homes of their choice. These bills are about achieving the American dream of owning your own home. That brings us closer to why we're here today. We're here to help families who want to own their own home and to live the American dream. The administration's big government regulations have made it harder for American families to own a home, and so we are here to empower them instead of rules and regulations by Washington bureaucrats. The ball of red tape coming out of Washington grows daily, and day by day it spreads beyond the housing market. It ties the hands of families who want to own their own home, as well as the hands of business that want to hire new employees and investors to find the next new big idea to make America stronger and better and to build jobs. Modest, reasonable regulation does have its place. Over-regulation does not. Over-regulation stifles economic growth. It gets in the way and makes it harder for families to pull themselves not only out of poverty, but it keeps them from gaining to get into the middle class. And ultimately, unreasonable regulation destroys a shot that people have at the American dream. The problem with over-regulation is that it's everywhere. And this administration enjoys and relishes the opportunity to inflict themselves on every part of the American economy because they believe Washington knows best. Well, you know, we just can't live this way and have people have their say and whack at the American dream also. So, unfortunately, over-regulation is like the weeds in the backyard. They have to be removed. And one by one, that is how you gain accomplishment. And that is what happened yesterday when the chairman of the Financial Services Committee, Chairman Jeb Hensarling from Dallas, Texas, brought some reasonable opportunities to the Rules Committee for us to consider. So what are we doing here today? We're removing just a few of the regulatory weeds that were promulgated by the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, CFPB. These mortgages that we're talking about have rules that make them harder for low and moderate income Americans to qualify for a mortgage. Harder. So they negatively impact consumers and community bankers who offer the majority of these loans to middle-class Americans. And it makes them outside of the ability that people have to get them because of the high cost of regulation. These costs are passed on to consumers, and once again are victims to overzealous regulatory regime who stated that they were there to help the consumer in the place. Mr. Speaker, we are here today because we have a bipartisan piece of legislation that has gained over the last few years more people who understand the issues, not only those in the Financial Services Committee, but across Congress. And we are here today because of what is a good bill to remove a few weeds from the garden, one at a time, and Chairman Hensarling has given us that chance today. Mr. Speaker, I reserve the balance of my time.